Alright, so here's an example of what happens when A is not equal to 1. Because again, it's not always equal to 1. Most of the ones we've done in class, A was equal to 1. So how do we do the ones that are not? Okay, I start it the same way. I do my differences. I'll go ahead and make a bunch of these little deals. And I got 11, and then 17, and then 23, 29, 35. Okay, so I do this. Second differences again. So I notice they're not constant. It's not going up by a constant rate. So I check, is it a quadratic? Are all the second differences the same? And they are. Second differences equal to 6. Okay, so now I know it's a quadratic. So I'm going to write my formula. So I know it's going to look like this. an squared plus bn plus c. I know it's going to look, ooh, there we go. I know it's going to look something like this. Remember, to get the a, I always get the a the same way. I always do 2 times a. It is always 2 times a. Equals. And you set it equal to whatever you got for your second difference, which in this case was 6. So I now have a one-step equation, divide both sides by 2, and I get that a is equal to 3. So there's my first one. I got my first one. So I'm just going to plug that back in to my quadratic. So I'll have 3n squared plus bn plus c. So I got the a. Now I got to figure out the other two. And I'll do it the exact same way that I did it a while ago. So I'm going to plug in n equals 1. So I'm going to use, let's let n be equal to 1. And I'm going to go back into this formula and I'm going to plug in, I'm going to let n be equal to 1. So I have 3, 1 squared plus b times 1 plus c. And when n was equal to 1, what was my first term? When n is equal to 1, that means what is your first term? It is 4. So when I put 1 in for n, this has to be equal to 4. Okay, so I have 1 squared, which is 1, times 3, which is just 3, plus 1 times b, which is just b, plus c equals 4. Subtract 3 from both sides, and I get b plus c equals 1. So there's my first mini equation. Remember, I've got 2 letters, 2 unknowns, 1 equation. I can't solve it with 1 equation. I got to get 1 more. I need 1 more equation in order to solve this. So I'm going to do the exact same thing a while ago. So the biggest difference from the last one is the last one there was no a to put here because a was just equal to 1. But on this one, because a is equal to 3, I have to include it in my formula. So there's my 3, there's my a. So I'm going to do what I did a while ago. Now I'm going to let's let n be equal to 2. Let me slide this up a little bit. So now everywhere that I see n, I'm going to put the number 2. So I've got 3 times 2 squared plus b times 2 plus c equals. What is it equal to? What is n equal to? When n is equal to 2, what's it equal to? What is my second term? Remember, this is n equals 1. That's the first term. This is n equals 2. That's my second term. So when n is equal to 2 down below, it has to be equal to 15. Okay, so now let's simplify. 2 squared is 4, and 4 times 3 is 12. So I have 12 plus b times 2, I'm just going to put that as 2b, plus c equals 15. I'm going to subtract 12 from both sides, and I get 2b plus c is equal to 3. So there's my second little equation. So like I said a while ago, what I want to do is I'm going to take this second one and I'm going to put it on top. Let me slide over a little bit. I'm going to put it on top. So I'm going to put 2b plus c is equal to 3. And the first one that I got, I'm going to put it on the bottom. b plus c equals 1. Now I'm going to subtract the bottom equation from the top equation. 2b minus b is b. C minus C, those cancel each other out, so they go away. And then 3 minus 1 is 2. So there's my B. So I got my A and I have my B. Now I got to get my C. And I think it's easier to always go to this equation. The first one that you're going to get. B plus C is equal to 1. So I'm going to come over here so I have room. I already know that B plus C is equal to 1. But now I know that B is equal to 2. So I can put 2 in for B. And so I'll have 2 plus C equals to 1. Subtract 2 from both sides and you get C is equal to negative 1. Okay, so I have all three letters. I got my A all the way back up here. Remember, that's the easy one. There's A, there's B, and there's C.
Attention students, the pep rally will be starting in 5 minutes. Students, the pep rally will be starting in 5 minutes. Thank you.
Alright, pep rally. Woohoo! Alright. A equals 3, B equals 2, C equals negative 1. So now I just plug in. Remember, I'm going to write it into this formula. AN squared plus BN plus C. The A was 3, so it's 3N squared plus B times N, but B we figured out was 2. So plus 2N, and then plus C, but C was negative. We're not going to say plus minus 1, we're just going to say minus 1. There's my rule. We'll do more of these in class.